I really don't understand why I have to come on here on a go home show for a pay per view telling you that nothing that we've seen on this show built towards that very pay per view that we're talking about in Backlash 2018, which is what we're going into this coming Sunday. I really shouldn't be coming here telling you that nothing that we've seen on this show realistically built towards that pay-per-view. That's just something very, very pathetic that I have to come on here and say, and that was one of the main complaints about Monday Night Raw here tonight. This is Joel Perez of the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel. Welcome everybody to your Monday Night Raw review for the date of April 30th, 2018. We're almost there. We're almost in May. We're almost in our summer months. Cannot wait. But of course, we're talking Monday Night Raw in this review. And as far as the quality of Monday Night Raw here tonight goes, it was the same as usual. It was a pretty boring, long, drawn out, unprepared, unthought out show that gave us a minimal for what we want to see from the great roster that is on Monday Night Raw each and every single week. Where we saw what we should be seeing each and every single week. The best part of this show here tonight, hands down, and something that we should be seeing each and every single week on Monday Night Raw, is a match of the caliber of Seth Rollins and Finn Balor. I mean, holy crap. What a great matchup for the Intercontinental Championship in the main event of Monday Night Raw here every night. I mean, wow, that was some great stuff. There's something that you see on NXT each and every single week, and that there's at least one match on that 1 hour show that you can come out of saying, oh, that was a good match, or at least that was a great match as well, you come out saying sometimes. Monday Night Raw, with the roster that they have 3 hours of television to fill. 3 hours. And you mean to tell me that in those 3 hours you can't give me at least one match that I'm going to be thinking to, oh, that was a good match. Here tonight, it was one of those rare occasions where I'm going to come out of Monday Night Raw telling you there was a very, very good match on this show here tonight that I enjoyed the hell out of. But with the roster that you have, we should be seeing at least one of those each and every single week. There's no excuse for that. And WWE's really put themselves in that position because where NXT builds hype for their shows, they have at least once going into every single takeover an NXT championship match on their television, a championship match of some caliber. They put it on there. WWE can't do that because of their Universal Championship being held hostage by Brock Lesnar. You know how much more exciting Monday Night Raw would be if you actually had that championship on your television each and every single week? The only plus that WWE has that is only now, after over a year of the the Universal Championship being held hostage by Brock Lesnar, being off of Monday Night Raw at the hands of Brock Lesnar, only now has WWE put the Intercontinental Championship in the hands of somebody who's going to defend that title night in and night out, who's going to be a fighting champion, and that when they are defending that championship, when they are fighting for that championship, they're going to be putting on a great matchup, and that's Seth Rollins. That's exactly what he did here tonight with Finn Balor, and that's why I was such in favor of putting the title on a babyface like a Seth Rollins, on a babyface like a Finn Balor, because look at the match quality that we're getting already. This was a great matchup in the main event of Monday Night Raw. I can't even recall to you all the great spots that we've seen. This is probably Finn Balor's best matchup since coming up to the main roster, which at this point, hard to believe it, was already a year and a half ago. This is Finn Balor's best main roster matchup to date. We have seen nothing better than what we've seen between Seth Rollins and Finn Balor here tonight. Maybe you can call back to their SummerSlam matchup or Finn Balor's matchup with Roman Reigns on his debut night on Monday Night Raw. But you're asking me, and this is one of Finn Balor's best matches on the main roster. No doubt about it. Finn Balor has been in this state of decay where he's been in terrible feuds. Don't even remind me of what he's been in with Bray Wyatt, where he's just not been delivering on the mic as a babyface. They've completely eradicated the demon by all intents and purposes from what we've seen. So Finn Balor, he needs a boost. And what I was thinking here tonight was that boost was a heel turn. And I'm still a big proponent, and I'm a big pusher that Finn Balor needs to go heel. And after tonight, you have the perfect storyline to push that. But my thing is that, Finn Balor needed a matchup like this as well. That's something that I didn't realize before tonight. But yes, Finn Balor needed a matchup like this, whether I realized it or not. And I'm glad that we've seen it here tonight because Finn Balor needed this push of momentum. And I'm glad that he got this matchup. All we need to solidify here is a heel turn. We see that heel turn, and Finn Balor, he's going to be turning a lot of heads, bro. He really, really is, because he's been in nothing interesting as of late. And, realistically, you look at it, you got the perfect storyline to turn him heel. He's been screwed out of the Intercontinental Championship time and time again. He's been overshadowed. He didn't get pinned at WrestleMania. Rollins walked away with the title. He was on the ladder at the Greatest Royal Rumble pay-per-view. Rollins climbed up, stole the title from his grasps. Here tonight, he had another shot at that Intercontinental Championship, and again, by a mere second, he did not have that championship in his clutches once again. Finn Balor has been screwed time and time again. He's tired of it, and he's going to show his dissatisfaction through a heel turn. Now, if you ask me, there's a lot of people on Monday Night Raw who need to go heel. Roman Reigns, Bobby Roode, Finn Balor. But when it comes to momentum and what the heel turn will do as far as their momentum goes, I think Finn Balor is right up there with Bobby Roode and Roman Reigns as far as a heel turn goes and needing it. I'd say Roman Reigns needs it the most, and after what we've seen here tonight, holy crap, I was craving that. But we're going to see where all this goes. We're going to see where all this goes. Finn Balor and Seth Rollins put on a great matchup. I'll go over the highlights after in the review, but besides that, there was not much to talk about here on Monday Night Raw. We've seen exactly what we've been seeing for the past couple weeks. This same mediocre, nonsensical, lazy booking that we've been seeing on Monday Night Raw since WrestleMania. And that, of course, involves a tag team matchup of some sorts. How many times can you put Bobby Lashley and Braun Strowman in a tag team match? It was the Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania 10-man tag team match. The next week, 6-man tag. The week after that, tag team match against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. This week, you got a whole 6-man tag, but except the Roman Reigns is included, as well as Jinder Mahal. What a big difference you have right there. And guess what? Here tonight at Backlash, it's going to be once again, even though we seen it like last week on Monday Night Raw, it's going to be Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Can you get any more lazy than that? I think Bobby Lashley has made no impact whatsoever since signing with the WWE. I thought that they were going to book him at least a little bit better than this, but they've booked him like an absolute scrub. When's this guy going to get a singles matchup? They have no direction for him. That's clear right from the offset. You look at a guy like Braun Strowman. What did he just do last Friday? He won the biggest Royal Rumble in history. History, bro. He won the biggest Royal Rumble in history. And you mean to tell me that here tonight, he didn't even mention that? Roman Reigns was going off about how he's the uncrowned Universal Champion. He deserves another shot at the Universal Championship. He deserves to be in there with Brock Lesnar. Doesn't Braun Strowman have just the case of that? Usually you win Royal Rumbles to get shots against the champion. He won a biggest Royal Rumble of all time. He should get a shot against the champion. Don't you think? You can't have Braun Strowman come out and spell that out for you? That'd be a great thought, because you think about it and you look at it and you realistically analyze this situation. And Roman Reigns, where were we here tonight? I think we were in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. I know we were somewhere in Canada. Excuse me if I get it wrong. I'll search it up and I'll tell you guys and I'll confirm that. But we were in Canada. I think it was Montreal, Quebec. Excuse me once again if I'm wrong, but Roman Reigns, this crowd was absolutely fantastic here tonight. If there's something that elevated this show to where it needed to be at least somewhat, I'm always telling you guys that the crowd is one of the most important part of your show, and this crowd definitely helped this show out and livened it up a little bit, to say the least. But the crowd here tonight, they ate Roman Reigns alive. Roman Reigns was cutting a promo, and here tonight he did not react to the crowd. He said what he needed to say, and everybody booed the hell out of him, and he was pretending like it didn't happen. It came across as absolutely terrible. Terrible stuff. And then you had Jinder Mahal come out. We'll talk about that. Holy crap. You're looking at, realistically, a big load of garbage. I'm looking at a landfill when I see Roman Reigns and Jinder Mahal in the same ring. Holy crap. Thank God Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens came out to save this segment. But, again, you had Braun Strowman saving Roman Reigns here tonight on this show. I'm hearing all these reports and all these rumors and all this crap about how WWE's pushing this Roman Reigns initiative to the side. It didn't seem like it tonight, because you had 3 different challengers line up and pretending like Roman Reigns is this MVP. They wanted to face Roman Reigns, blah 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 blah, and you had all these guys come out to save Roman Reigns, and you're still building him up as a sympathetic babyface, and you're still having Strowman in this guy's shadow. I mean, this is absolutely ridiculous, and you're still pushing another matchup between Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. I'm absolutely sick and tired of it. I am absolutely sick and tired of it. When will this monotony end? I don't understand it. For all those reports that are coming out saying that Roman Reigns is no longer the guy, after here tonight, after what I seen on Monday Night Raw, I'm not sure if I believe you. This was god-awful. But that's Monday Night Raw for you. What do you got to say about that? We're going to talk about everything that happened on this show here tonight in detail. Everything that happened with the women on the show. We saw a very good matchup as well between Sasha Banks and Ruby Riott. There was Natalya against Mickie James with Ronda Rousey and Alexa Bliss in their corners. We saw another matchup between Elias and Bobby Roode. Of course, that 6-man tag matchup that I was talking to you guys about. But realistically, you look at it up and down, and there was little to no progression here tonight on Monday Night Raw, when this show is supposed to be a go-home show. All I seen here tonight is video package after video package after video package of, it's Backlash this Sunday. Did you know it's Backlash this Sunday? It's the first ever dual-branded pay-per-view. Well, first ever dual-branded pay-per-view. You sure about that, WWE? Then what was WrestleMania? Then what was the Royal Rumble? Then what was Survivor Series? Then what was SummerSlam? What was the greatest Royal Rumble? You don't got an answer for that one now, do you? Absolutely ridiculous. But, of course, that is besides the point, because, of course, for now, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to tell you guys to make sure to go check out all the other content on the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel. And, of course, the reason I state that is because there is so much other content to go check out right here on the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel. Of course, we talked a lot about the greatest Royal Rumble already right here on the Monday Night Raw review, but if you want everything regarding the greatest Royal Rumble pay-per-view that happened exclusively to the WWE Network, actually it was on traditional pay-per-view, surprisingly enough, if just a little fun fact right there, but we did review the greatest Royal Rumble WWE Network special, of course, live from the King Abdullah Sports Center in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. The review for that is up on the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel. We talk about everything that happened on that show included Titus World Slide. Make sure to go check it out, as well as to go check out uploaded this weekend on Saturday, Behind the Mic, episode number 62. Not too much news on there, but there's a lot of interesting little news stories in there, including one, Batista, and apparently he's retiring because WWE has gone black on him. They were negotiating with him, and then they won't pick up his calls. So if WWE ain't playing ball, Batista ain't playing ball. Make sure to go check out the details on that. Behind the Mic, episode number 62. Of course, Behind the Mic is the show where we talk about all the biggest news in the WWE for the week. So make sure to go check out Behind the Mic, as well as your Monday Night Raw and Smackdown reviews for last week. Monday Night Raw review did great numbers last week. Make sure to go check it out. We're talking some big stuff on there. Of course, that is the go-home show to the greatest Royal Rumble. I actually had some filth in the comments for that Monday Night Raw review. It seems like whenever a review does successful, all the haters want to come out of the woodworks. It was absolutely ridiculous, the type of comments I was getting. But that is besides the point. Of course, make sure to subscribe to the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel if you enjoy what you're hearing here. Make sure to click on that subscribe button with whatever you got. Hit that subscribe button with the spear if you like Roman Reigns. Hit that subscribe button with a pop-up power bomb, haluva kick, power slam for Braun Strowman. Whatever you got in it, hit that subscribe button with it. Because, of course, this is the best place for everything regarding the WWE. And you can see that just by the content that was uploaded last week. Preview and predictions for the Greatest Royal Rumble. Review for the Greatest Royal Rumble. Along with your regularly scheduled content. And the same thing is happening this week, because we have 2 pay-per-view weeks in a row. And this Sunday, I'm going to be, of course, reviewing the Backlash 2018 pay-per-view for you guys right here on the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel. And this Thursday, you're going to be getting your preview and predictions for that Backlash pay-per-view as well. So there you go with that one. Preview and predictions for Backlash this Thursday, review on Sunday, Behind the Mic on Saturday, Raw and Smackdown on Tuesday as well. If any other videos come up, those will be uploaded as well. So big week for content right here on the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel. And you know what that means? That means there's no better time to subscribe. You know what I always say? If you have not subscribed yet, I do not know what you are waiting for. Make sure to click on that subscribe button, as well as to like this video if you enjoy what you're hearing here. Dislike this video if you don't. Really don't mind. If you think I'm a clown, if you think I have a frown, I don't know, trying to rhyme, ain't worth a dime. Holy crap, I should write a song. That would be wrong. Oh, I can't stop. I cannot stop. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, make sure to leave a comment in the comment section below if you disagree with me, if you agree with me, if you have any enlightenments about anything that I missed on Monday Night Raw review, or if you have a different opinion, or if you just want to tell me that I'm great and I'm fantastic. Make sure to leave it down in the comment section below, or like I like to call it, the enlightenment box. Make sure to go enlighten me, because of course down in the comment section below it is the enlightenment age. So make sure to use your brain and do not show disdain. I don't know. I don't know. What rhymes? I don't know. Anyways, Monday Night Raw review for the date of April 30th, 2018. Here we go. The show started off with Roman Reigns. And yes, it seems to an extent I was right. We were in Montreal, Canada, live from the Bell Center. And of course, we did start off with Roman Reigns. I briefly talked about the segment in the little intro to the show. Roman Reigns addresses the, of course, lost the steel cage match at the Greatest Royal Rumble and all the controversy, like WWE likes to call it, surrounding that. This segment was god-awful, but it started off the show. Here it was. Roman Reigns addresses the steel cage controversy, of course, in that Universal Championship matchup at the Greatest Royal Rumble with Brock Lesnar.
I'm not going to make any excuses, because there's no need to. You've seen the footage.
Listen to the crowd reaction.
So that means you're looking at the real Universal Champion. I should be the Universal Champion, but I'm not.
Can't mute that.
I beat Brock Lesnar in that steel cage. And that is why I will never lose faith in myself. And I would tell that to Brock Lesnar right now, but we all know he's not here.
And he continues to play that card.
So I'm going to turn my attention to another man. Another man that I'm going to face this Sunday at Back.
Samoa Joe appears on the Titantron. Listen to the reaction he gets.
Well, you see, that's to assume that any of us had any faith in you to begin with. No. I told you were going to lose to Brock Lesnar, and you lost. And now I'm here to inform you of a very simple fact. This Sunday at Backlash, I put your downward spiraling career to sleep. If there's one thing I can't stand, it's someone who makes excuses for their shortcomings.
This was awful.
You lost fair and square to Brock Lesnar. At Backlash, you will lose to Samoa Joe. But tonight, you will lose to the modern-day Maharaja. The two of you are complaining about the greatest Royal Rumble.
And I just want to mention, the crowd started chanting, "You both suck. You both suck." You know what? I agree with that. They do both suck. They were also chanting, "Roman sucks." They were clearly booing the hell out of Roman Reigns here tonight. This is a real crowd here tonight. This is a real crowd. There's no doubt about that. And boy, may I tell you, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens here tonight, I'm glad WWE didn't try to hide it. They are baby faces in this Canadian crowd, of course, both being from Canada. They kept mentioning how Sami Zayn lives 15 minutes away, Kevin Owens lives 30 or 45. The commentators started arguing about that, but I mean, they were clear-cut baby faces, and they pulled a little bit of a Bret Hart here. When you're in Canada, you're a baby face. When you're in America, you're a heel. I like it. But here was Sami Zayn is talking now.
When due to a serious medical injury I sustained at the hands of Bobby Lashley, I wasn't even able to go. But you know what? I'm feeling a lot better tonight.
Listen to that reaction.
In fact, what better way to make things right than right here in my hometown?
Cheap pop, but I like it.
That's why tonight I will be the one to take on Roman Reigns. Look, I know you can beat Roman Reigns. However, I think tonight what people want to see is Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens. Sorry, boys.
So Reigns strikes Owens from there. And by the way, the crowd was chanting whatever the hell they were chanting. I think they were chanting "we" when Kevin Owens was saying they want to see me fight Roman Reigns. They chanted "we." They did a yes chant for Sami Zayn. So I like it. They were a great crowd here tonight in Canada. But from here, Roman Reigns got attacked by the threesome here that was Jinder Mahal, Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens. Out came Bobby Lashley. The numbers game caught up to him. And then, of course, Braun Strowman came in, cleared the ring, and predictably enough, you would have never guessed this, it set up a six-man tag for later in the night. Oh my God, what creative booking. I must clap for this amazing booking here on Monday Night Raw here tonight. The creative team really struck gold with this one. Not really. Either way, the 5th week of 6-man tags, 10-man tags, tag team matches with people who have absolutely nothing to do with each other continued here tonight on Monday Night Raw. This was a terrible segment. I mean, any segment where I'm seeing Roman Reigns and Jinder Mahal in the same ring is not a segment I'm a fan of. Roman Reigns completely ignored the reaction that he was getting, which was a god-awful one. He was getting go-away heat to the maximum, booed out of the building in every facet. Nobody cared about Bobby Lashley. I think he was actually getting booed when he came out to save Roman Reigns. And of course, Braun Strowman elicited a pop, but that's because Braun Strowman is Braun Strowman. WWE actually did their job there and got him over like they should have gotten him over. I'm surprised Braun Strowman isn't in the same camp that a Roman Reigns or a Bobby Lashley is. But that is besides the point. I mean, it's clear why Braun Strowman is so successful. Clearly, he is a babyface who had a great heel to put him over, and that heel was Roman Reigns. You think about it, Roman Reigns, every babyface needs a great heel. I mean, Roman Reigns' babyface right there, Braun Strowman. And vice versa. Braun Strowman's heels right there, Roman Reigns. Even though that's not the reaction WWE was going for when they were doing that feud. You already know the deal there. So that is besides the point. We moved on here to Elias versus Bobby Roode. And I don't know who the hell came up with this one. But we see Elias backstage drinking some tea. And this was just quirky and funny. They mentioned on the commentary booth that that Elias found this tea in Saudi Arabia to help him boost their vocal cords. I just like shit like that. I mean, those small details. I don't know why WWE doesn't do that wacky shit more. Either way, we moved on to Elias versus Bobby Roode. This matchup was decent. Nothing more than what they did last week. A lot of the same spots. Elias was in control for most of the time. But what was different here was the ending, because Elias sent Bobby Roode straight into the turn post, or the ream that is in between the turn post, the LED ring post, and the turnbuckle, the steel ream. Bobby Roode went straight into that. WWE's stupid, bro. Or at least Kevin Dunn is in the production team, bro. Because literally they played this in super slow motion. Bobby Roode was selling it like he was hit in the neck and he couldn't breathe. Yet when they played it in super slow motion, it was clearly Bobby Roode's chest that got hit by the ream. So why were you holding your throat? Why did WWE even play it in slow motion like that? It's beyond me, but that was horrible direction, to say the least, right there. Either way, Elias, he picked up the microphone after the matchup. He got a great reaction, clearly. This crowd was just fantastic here tonight. He got a great reaction from the Montreal crowd when he was doing his concert. He sang the song about Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode's entrance played. We saw the matchup, and it ended that way. Hopefully this is leading to a frustration building up in Bobby Roode. All these losses at the hands of Elias, not being able to pick up any momentum after entering Monday Night Raw. And hopefully Bobby Roode goes heel. That's the Bobby Roode I want to see. So many people need to go heel on Monday Night Raw. I mean, Monday Night Raw, either way, you really don't have enough heels. You really don't have enough heels either way. You look at all the baby faces you got. Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman, Bobby Lashley, Bobby Roode on top of that. I mean, that's way too many baby faces. You can really use some flips and some changes here on Monday Night Raw. It would really help out your roster. But that is besides the point. I mean, you can do some easy flips here. You can have Roman Reigns. I don't think they're going to do that, though. Bobby Roode and Finn Balor flip heel. You got Drew McIntyre on the heel side with Dolph Ziggler. One of those guys is bound to go babyface anyways because they're going to flip on each other. So you're going to have more baby faces there. Either way, you can turn, somebody in that heel side babyface either way. Who the hell's on the heel side? You got Elias. You got who's on the heel side? I can't even tell you any heels. Because they're lacking heels. You got Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Elias, Drew McIntyre, and Dolph Ziggler. Those are your 5 guys right now who are heels on the Monday Night Raw roster. And then Baron Corbin, but he's in the shadows, realistically. He's working in that lower mid-card with No Way Jose and Titus O'Neil. So who the hell cares about that? So I can barely tell you any prominent heels on Monday Night Raw. Really imbalanced right now. Really imbalanced. But that is besides the point. Still to come was the main event. Who cares? Triple threat match. Or triple, whatchamacallit, a 6-man tag. There you go. I cannot even think. But that is besides the point. We go to the Authors of Pain versus John Paul and Francois. These guys got a big reaction, these two little indie guys. Again, I don't know where WWE finds these jobbers, but they were from Montreal, Quebec, or Montreal, whatever that is. It Montreal, Quebec, or Montreal? I have no idea, but they were here tonight from Canada, and they got a big reaction because of that. They got actually a nice promo before the matchup, but they got destroyed by the Authors of Pain either way. It was a super collider, followed by the last chapter, and it was done. And the Authors of Pain, interestingly enough, actually picked up the mics here tonight, and they said, whatever tag teams on Monday Night Raw want us, you can come and face us. We want competition. So that just reminds me of Braun Strowman right there, to say the least. But still to come was WWE Intercontinental Champion Seth Rollins. We go to the ring, and out came Seth Rollins to the Big Pop. So we went to commercial break after that. And Seth Rollins came out to the Big Pop, and we had our segment in the books here tonight. Seth Rollins, he comments on how wild the crowd is here tonight. They gave him a monster reaction as well. Crowd was cheering Rollins for a very long time. He says that the last month of his career has been wild too. Rollins talks about what he's been doing and says now here he is in Montreal with a bunch of maniacs. Rollins gets another pop from Montreal before they do the Olay chants. Rollins takes it all in and smiles. Fans chant, "You deserve it," and Rollins says something back in French. He says thank you, apparently. Rollins says he doesn't want to be like WWE Universal Champion Brock Lesnar. I wouldn't want to be like Brock Lesnar either. Making millions of dollars a year, working like 4 or 5 matches. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be like Brock Lesnar, though. I really wouldn't. But that is besides the point. He brings up the controversial finish from the Greatest Royal Rumble and says he doesn't want to only show up and fight and go back home and claim my money. He says that he wants to fight and then the music interrupts and out comes Finn Balor to a pop. Balor mentions how close he came to winning the title at the Greatest Royal Rumble. He congratulates Rollins for beating him, but barely. Balor says they have had 4 singles matches, and they are currently even at 2-2. Balor says Rollins is out here talking about being a fighting champion, but how about showing everyone you're a fighting champion by putting the title on the line tonight? Fans chant yes in response. Rollins says he has to face The Miz on Sunday at Backlash with the title on the line, but he is a fighting champion and will leave it up to the fans. So clearly, the fans were very receptive to that idea. Rollins asked them if they want the match tonight, and of course they do. But the music interrupts, and out comes Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel, still being called the Miztourage and using the Miz's music ridiculously enough. Alex tells them not to worry about what the fans want, worry about themselves. Dallas says they should be fighting together. No, we should all be fighting together. They're in the ring now. Axel says, as they approached Rollins and Balor the wrong way last week, as they should have had a group conversation. Axel and Dallas open up their jackets to reveal creepy t-shirts with all 4 of their faces on them. So it was the face of Axel, Dallas, Balor, and Rollins. These t-shirts were awfully made, to say the least. Either way, they turned their backs to talk it over. Rollins says that's going to be a hard no. Axel's a bit sad, and Dallas rants about not needing them. Fans chant loser as they go to leave the ring. They quickly turn back around and try to attack the baby faces, but they get shot down. And I thought that this matchup between Balor and Rollins was not going to happen since it didn't happen there, but it was announced for the main event. And when I saw that, I was like, holy shit, let's watch it. Damn, I'm excited. Either way, we go to Sasha Banks versus Ruby Riott. I I don't know. I don't know why this matchup was happening. I don't know what type of limbo Sasha Banks is in with this storyline with Bayley. But, I was interested. I was very, very interested in this before WrestleMania, going into WrestleMania. Of course, I was a big proponent for having Sasha and Bayley go into WrestleMania for the Raw Women's Championship. And Sasha Banks, she continues to be a great in-ring performer. This was a very, very good matchup with Ruby Riott here tonight that she put on. But, WWE really isn't giving Sasha Banks anything to work with as far as storyline goes, as far as character goes. Sasha Banks is one of those people who needs a heel turn, and she needs a heel turn hard. And WWE keeps postponing and postponing and postponing this feud with Bayley. At this point, it's tiresome. It really, really is. And don't even get me started when it comes to the Riott Squad having no momentum. Ruby Riott is the best part of the Riott Squad, and she continues to prove herself as being such. This was a very, very good match. Ruby Riott's great in the ring, great promo as well. She's the star in that group. If only WWE would let her shine on her own. That would be fantastic, wouldn't it? Either way, Banks, she was distracted by the other members of the Riott Squad, and that allowed Ruby Riott to hit her Pele kick beautifully on Sasha, who was on the top rope. And, of course, it was Ruby Riott who got the win here tonight. Bayley was nowhere to be seen. So that's the story, I guess, that they're playing this week. I have no idea. Who cares? Titus O'Neil would address his big moment at the Greatest Royal Rumble. I absolutely adored that. Either way, it wasn't anything too special. We're going to talk about that. Either way, we get another moment of bliss, pre-recorded segment with a sad Alexa Bliss. I'm actually enjoying the hell out of this moment of bliss thing. It's very funny. It's very, Alexa Bliss is a great promo, and it seems like WWE is taking advantage of that. Alexa Bliss has never been known for her great in-ring ability. She's always been known for her promo. So that's how they're allowing this feud to be carried, through Alexa Bliss's promo. And I don't think that's a half bad idea, but then again, I am not going to be invested in this feud by the one strong point that is shared between both of these women, or that is had by any of these women, between, of course, Nia Jax and Alexa Bliss. She recalls a trip to Disney World with then friend Nia Jax, who did nothing but mock her size all day and bully her. Bliss also recalls how Nia double-fisted turkey legs at lunch while she had the server bring Bliss a kids menu. She says Jax turned the happiest place on earth into the saddest day ever, but at Backlash, no matter what happens, Bliss will win her title back. Bliss says the match is for everyone who's had a Nia in their life. Bliss says for them, she will not let the bully win. So there you go with that. Renee Young was backstage with Titus World Slide. She shows us a replay of the big fall at Friday's Greatest Royal Rumble. I found that absolutely hilarious that they made Titus watch that. And Titus goes to say the entrance went as planned, but he laughs and says he just fell, plain and simple. Titus says what's important is that you get back up and not stay down. He hopes this incident inspires people too. And then, of course, Baron Corbin appears and laughs at Titus. He mocks Titus and doesn't know why Renee is wasting her time with Titus. Corbin walks off and Titus watches, nodding his head and saying, that's just okay. I mean, I don't know. Titus, he got very lucky that he slipped because it is bringing him a lot of publicity. And clearly from this promo, Titus isn't the most charismatic guy whatsoever. I mean, you would have had this happen to anybody else, and they would have absolutely, just brilliantly made this the most entertaining and most craziest thing about their act. But, of course, WWE did not decide to go that route here tonight. Either way, we move on here, and the announcers discuss our new Raw Tag Team Champions, Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy. I actually enjoyed the hell out of this part of Monday Night Raw. We got a backstage video of Hardy reading a book, The Light and Darkness, and it shows pictures of Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt in every important part in history. During the French Revolution, they're on a boat with everybody else. landing on the moon. They are shown on the reflection of Neil Armstrong's helmet. Just some fantastic stuff. I enjoyed the hell out of that. Either way, it was one of those basic promos between these two guys. Best part was seeing them because that adds to the lore of Matt Hardy and how he says that he's this, of course, extraterrestrial body who has been around for millions of years. I just love the visualization of that we got here tonight on Monday Night Raw. We see what happened last week when Ronda Rousey made the save for Natalya and took Mickie James out. Cole shows us some social media posts and talks about how Rousey has been friends with Natalya for years after Eve Torres introduced them, still to come Natalya versus Mickie with Ronda and Bliss in their corners. Jinder Mahal, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn versus Bobby Lashley, Roman Reigns, and Braun Strowman. Who cares? This was a basic six-man tag, as you would expect. And the babyfaces won. What a shocker. What a shocker. The ending broke out into the usual spot fest that we can expect on a Monday Night Raw six-man tag. It was everybody hitting their finishers. At one point, Roman Reigns intercepted Kevin Owens, I believe it was, and speared him. Just a bunch of stuff we'd always see. It was Braun Strowman who hit the power slam for the win. Yay. What a great matchup, right? It was Baron Corbin versus No Way Jose here tonight, clearly because No Way Jose and Baron Corbin had a little bit of beef in the weeks prior. Either way, No Way Jose actually picked up a win here tonight. Is this No Way Jose's first singles match on Monday Night Raw, who's not like a jobber or something? He won the matchup via roll-up, I believe. I don't know why it says the winner is Baron Corbin here, but he won the matchup via roll-up, and it was... Wait, hold up, let me see. Corbin turns it around and works Jose over, but the Titus Worldwide music hits, and out comes Apollo. Brooke and Cruz head to the ringside area and act up to distract Corbin. Titus goes to run down the ramp, but they stop him, making fun of the big fall at Greatest Royal Rumble. Titus gets on the apron and acts like he trips. Corbin smirks at Titus, but Jose comes from behind and rolls him up for the win. Yet it says the winner is Baron Corbin. Holy crap, who wrote this article? Either way, they poked fun at the Greatest Royal Rumble crap. Clearly, WWE is not going to recapture that magic with Titus O'Neil. This is going to be the best moment of his career. It's going to be the biggest moment of his career. I have no doubt about that. But realistically, WWE is just going to follow it up with corny comedy segments on Monday Night Raw that are going to cost Baron Corbin a win. Who cares? So No Way Jose got the win here tonight on Monday Night Raw. Impressive win for No Way Jose, but overall, I can't tell you that I care too much. Mickie James versus Natalya. And of course, Ronda Rousey was in the corner of Natalya, with Alexa Bliss being in the corner of Mickie James. This matchup was nothing to write home about. Natalya got a roll-up win on Mickie James after Ronda Rousey started chasing Alexa Bliss, who tried to interfere in this matchup around the ringside area. But of course, it was Natalya who got the win. I don't know how much longer this Natalya babyface run is going to go. I have no interest in it. I want to fast forward to seeing what Natalya and Ronda Rousey are going to do. I want to see Ronda Rousey get into an official feud with somebody in this women's division. Hopefully that is the case, because what we're seeing right now is nothing that I am interested by whatsoever. Back from the break, we get a video previously recorded backstage by Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler. I like it. This was a very good promo. Once again, Drew McIntyre. I love it how he's marketing himself as this man who's here to speak the truth, who's here to enlighten what we're seeing on WWE television, and I absolutely adored what we saw here tonight. Of course, before I continue talking about this, it was Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley against Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens announced for Backlash this Sunday. My God. It's going to be Roman Reigns and Samoa Joe. Hopefully Samoa Joe picks up a win there. I don't want to see Reigns win. Whatever the hell they have. Actually, it's Seth Rollins versus The Miz at Backlash. So I don't know how maybe Finn Balor is going to play into that. We're going to talk about that a little bit more. But Drew McIntyre says that it's real just like he is. He says, while other superstars are coasting through life, playing on their phones and just happy to be here, there are two others who are positive they belong here, and they are going to show why they belong. Ziggler also speaks and says it's about to become dangerous. Maybe the others should retreat to SmackDown. Ziggler says they didn't just come to Raw. Ziggler says they didn't just come to Raw to show off, to steal the show. They're going to take the show. So that's what Ziggler said right there. And just another good promo. I can't wait to see what these guys are going to do in singles competition. If they eventually go into a feud, which they probably will. Whether or not they're going to enter the tag team division, which actually might benefit the tag team division. I'm not sure. But Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler, I'm liking it so far. The aggression is there. The look on their faces to succeed is there. So, I mean, you continue doing stuff like this, and I don't think there is any wrong here. We go to the, of course, best part of the show, the Intercontinental title match. I already spoke a lot about this on the beginning of the show, but just some great spots that happened in this matchup. There was like a series of kicks from these two guys where it was Balor who hit a overhead kick on Rollins. Rollins hit an enziguri. Balor hit a sling blade. It was just some crazy back and forth crap between both of these guys. It was absolutely fantastic. We saw a spot where it was Rollins who hit the superplex off the top, was going to roll it into the Falcon's Arrow, but it was instead Finn Balor who hit the Falcon's Arrow. That was a great call by the commentary team. I think Coach said that's the closest Finn Balor has ever come to the Intercontinental Championship. That might as well be true. That was a great, great spot right there. The ending was absolutely magnificent. You did not see it coming out of nowhere. I was absolutely fooled so many times. Finn Balor was going for the coup de grace the second time, and I'm like, damn, he's going for it the second time. Why would he miss it the second time? Either way, he did miss it the second time. Rollins looked for the curve stomp. Balor got out of their way. Roll up. I think it was Balor who looked for something. Roll up, roll up, roll up, all over the place, bro. I thought it was over either way, bro. It was not over. It was Rollins who hit a huge super kick. And, of course, he hit that beautiful curve stomp. Brutal as all hell. And he beat Finn Balor here on Monday Night Raw. Great, great matchups. What I'm wishing is for Finn Balor to go here, whether it's next week on Monday Night Raw, or you might as well get him on the Backlash pay-per-view and have him go heel there, because there's no way in hell I believe, or you're going to get me to believe, that The Miz is going to win the Intercontinental Championship from Seth Rollins. So you might as well have Finn Balor go to Backlash, attack Seth Rollins from behind, become a heel, and officially offset this feud until, if WWE books it correctly, what could be one of the best feuds of the year. Why doesn't WWE go ahead and try to do that? Because that would be absolutely fantastic. But that's just my thought on that. Is WWE going to do that? Knowing them, probably not. Hopefully so. But for now, that's all that happened here tonight on Monday Night Raw for the date of April 30th, 2018. I hope you enjoyed each and every single thing that you heard here on the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel. Of course, like I said before, make sure to go check out all of the content right here on the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel. And the reason I say that is because there is so much of the content to go check out. Raw reviews, Smackdown reviews, pay-per-view reviews, each and every single week right here. Pay-per-view review of which is coming this week. Backlash, preview and predictions, behind the mic as well. Make sure to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button with everything you got. You haven't subscribed yet, don't know what you're waiting for. Make sure to like, make sure to comment in the enlightenment box down below, because for now, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be all of Joel Perez for here tonight, right here on Ringside Wrestling. For now, ladies and gentlemen, I am out of here. Thank you very, very much for watching this video. I'll see you next time right here on Ringside Wrestling.